The first time I saw these Daiwa rucksacks was actually when we filmed this DVD last year. This one looked perfect for me because I was trying to scale everything down to take less tackle, and it is amazing how much fits in this little tiny rucksack. The top bit there for me is perfect because I put all my bank sticks and everything in there, my buzzers and all that sort of stuff goes in there. Got my glasses and stuff in there as well. So that it opens up first at the start of the session, bank sticks go in the ground and everything else, and then that just gets zipped up and out the way. And then the other pockets on the outside, at the front here, I keep marker floats in there. I've got my catapult, spare spods, all that sort of stuff in the front. And then on the sides, I've got another little bag that goes inside that one. So I've just got little tools and bits and pieces in there. Car keys and stuff go in there as well. Then on the other side, I take a massive great battery with me to recharge my phone 3 or 4 times during the session because I'm always emailing and on the phone to the boys at work. And then to show you inside, if I just zip this open here. So, got your fishing towel, rig box in there, tackle box as well, rig wallet, got another little bits bag as well, and then at the bottom I've got another bits bag with all bits of spare hook link and that sort of stuff in there, and then another bits bag which is my leads one as well in there. So much gear goes into that, and for me it just packs in perfectly so I can get everything that I need to take with me into that like so. It means I don't take too much tackle with me, and the best thing about this rucksack is how it feels on your back, because everything's compact and it sits high up on your back. The way it's been designed, it just fits into the curve of your back so well. I do loads of walking when I'm fishing welly. It might be 3/4 of a mile round to the swim, so I put this on my back, the rest of the gear goes on my cart porter, and I'm round the lake. So that's the one that I use. You'd have to take a lot of kit with you to use this one. Let's show you the straps on the back of the larger version. It's all really well padded in there and it just fits your back so well. It's really comfortable to wear, but in there you would get absolutely loads of kit, twice as much as I'd need to take with me. But if you take a mountain of gear, that's the one I'd recommend. Both extremely well made and well thought out as well. These air dry bags by Daiwa, these are the Infinity ones, are wicked. They've got loads of structure to them because they're like a mesh coated in plastic, so they'll stand up on their own with nothing in them. Really good when you're pouring boilies into them, they don't end up going everywhere, and they will sit like that on the floor and get a lot of air going through the boilies. Now, you wouldn't believe it, but this one takes 9 kilos of boilies. This is the larger one of the two, and then the smaller one takes 5 kilos, and that's only that big. It's amazing how it disappears into there. And a few tips: if you're drying your baits out, we're here for a week session at Gigantica, we're lucky we can keep stuff in the freezer here, but if we couldn't, then I'd want to dry the baits out. So what you would do, spread them out on your unhooking mat if you can as soon as they come out of the freezer bag, not in the sun, but spread them out so they just dry out, then transfer them into one of these things and keep them moving around. That's really, really important, because what happens is moisture collects between the boilies and then they start to go off from the middle of the bag outwards. If you can hang them up in a tree in the wind, that's even better. That takes the moisture out of them. But if it's going to rain, put them back in your bivvy or put them in a bucket, and as soon as it stops raining, get them back out again and get the air to them, because baits like this mainline stuff will go off. That's the reason it's so good, because it's breaking down all the time. If you leave it in somewhere that's damp and a bit warm, it's going to go off really quickly. So air dry bags will save your bait. And then one other use for them that I worked out earlier on this season, anything that's going to get wet during a session like these waders, rather than storing them in a normal bag which will seal the moisture inside, if you put them inside one of these air dry bags, you can hang them up at the back of the bivvy or whatever, and they will start to dry out during the session. Chuck them back in your car, they will also start to dry out. So it stops things like that getting mouldy. A really good use for something, you know, that's only designed really for putting boilies in. Also keep a couple of these in the van just as overflow bags, so if I've got to take extra bait or hook baits or whatever with me, these actually show you what's inside it, so you can stick it at the back of the bivvy and you know exactly what's there. So good little product for storing boilies, but loads of other uses as well.